Today, what I am thinking about is food. Not joking, I'm always thinking about food, but not really food, more like how we cook food. So just over 2 years ago, Dami and I got married and we registered for, I'm pretty sure, like everything you could possibly register for at Williams-Sonoma and a couple other places. And one of the things we registered for is this, like, it's not an Instant Pot, but it's like an Instant Pot, but it has like a slow cooker and a pressure cooker and a rice cooker. I mean, it does everything. And God bless our sweet friends, Roy and Alex, thank you so much, that bought us this beautiful slow cooker off of our registry. Well, it sat in our pantry for about 1.5 years because I was terrified of it. Regardless of the fact that I had said we wanted one of these things, I was like, I don't know how this works. And so finally, I got up the courage to be like, I'm going to just unpack the slow cooker and put the slow cooker out on the kitchen counter. So now said slow cooker has been unpacked. It sits on the kitchen counter. And then it takes me another month or two to actually get up the chutzpah to use it. And so I'm reading, I read through the manual, I do all these things and research all kinds of stuff because, let's be honest, I don't really do anything on the spur of the moment. And so I finally decide that I'm going to use the slow cooker to make this Korean beef dish. And I put everything in a slow cooker and I get it ready in the middle of the day because it takes like 8 hours to cook. And I'm very excited about it. And all of a sudden I have this realization that I have used the slow cooker and now I should have my adult card. I have now used a slow cooker and therefore I am now an adult. Which made me laugh a little bit because prior to using the slow cooker, I got engaged, got married, bought a house. I did all of these things that would be considered pretty adult. But in my mind, I still feel like the biggest kid in the world. But this slow cooker really made me feel like a grown-up. And it got me thinking about what makes an adult. And I came to the conclusion that we all get to decide for ourselves what makes an adult. And for some people, it's going to be household stuff. For some people, it's going to be career-related things. For some, who knows what it's going to be for you. I mean, I definitely had a moment of, I'm an adult the day we got our puppy. I am now responsible for another being staying alive and remaining alive and his happiness, I would think, give him a toy. He seems pretty happy. But we get to figure out what being an adult means to us. And that also made me think about how we need to leave space for also being a kid, because our inner child is so important to cultivate. I have some of the most fun times in my life when I'm just acting like a big kid. I mean, my husband and I still jump on our bed. We're silly. We play board games all night long. Sometimes you just have to be silly and feel like a kid and leave some of the adult responsibilities behind. It doesn't mean they're not there or that you don't have to pay attention to them at some point. It just means that you're leaving some space to cultivate that inner child. I want to wear overalls that make me feel like a kid and eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and go to Disneyland and act like a 5-year-old. That's something I'm known for. We get to craft what our ideas of childhood and adulthood are, and we get to mesh these two parts of our life that seem so disparate and bring them together. When I see my silly husband goofing around like the biggest kid in the world, we went on date night last night and he's like, I'm gonna see if I can jump from one tire stop or whatever those things are in a parking lot, from one tire stop to another, and I'm gonna have to land with both feet. I have to go from one to the other with both feet. And he's hopping through this parking lot and he's like, you married a child, right? But he's also someone that I can have deep and meaningful conversations with who can take life really seriously. And so I think we need to leave room to cultivate both the adult slow cooker using puppy parent person with the person that's hopping from tire stop to tire stop and wearing overalls and daydreaming about Disneyland, because there's room for both. So let's have a little bit of both, and let's define those ideas and characteristics and times in our life for ourselves. We get to do that. You don't need permission to do that. By the way, the slow cooker is genius, because then by the time you get to dinner time, all you really have to do is the side dish, and it speeds the process up quite a bit. So I understand why adults use this appliance, and seriously, thank you, Roy and Alex. Now that I've started using the slow cooker, I will never stop, ever. I love you, my friends. I hope you have a great day that's filled with moments of being very mature adults, with moments of being just the biggest, happiest, most joyful kids, and finding joyful in the adulthood too, and like cross-pollinate. Let's be bees and cross-pollinate. All right, I'm getting weird. I'm gonna leave it there. I love you. Bye.